Hey guys, it's Nitin here with the Ultimate eBook Creator, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create a trivia ebook using the quiz wizard. Now this video is fairly long because I'll be going through all the features and custom options step by step, but I do have a shorter video, and if you're watching this on Amazon, the link will be right next to this video. But if you're watching this on YouTube, then you'll find the link in the description below. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started. Okay, so before I show you how to create the trivia ebook, I wanted to show you the anatomy of a typical question. So you can see here that we have the question page, the question text and the choices, and then we have three other pages: correct answer page, incorrect answer page, and the hint page. Now you can see here in the question page we have three choices, and you can see that the correct choice goes to the correct answer page. So if somebody clicks on choice A, they are going to see the correct answer page. Choices B and C, they both go to the incorrect answer page. And on these pages you can see that the correct answer page has got the text, well done, that's correct, and then there is a link to the next question. On the incorrect answer page you see two links: try again link, which basically takes you back to the original question, and then you see the see hint link, and if you click on that it takes you to the hint page, and on the hint page you can see the text and then back to question, which is a link back to the question page. So this is basically how every single question is set up using the quiz wizard. And you can see that this can become quite tedious and complex when you have hundreds of questions. So with that out of the way, let's get on and I'll show you how to create the ebook. Alright, so here we are in the Ultimate eBook Creator, and you will need version 2.8.8 for this new option. So we'll go to File and then select Quiz Wizard. And this is the main dialog box for the Quiz Wizard, and you can see that we have three tabs: the Quiz tab, Default Settings, and the Format Styles. Now the default settings and the format styles, there are a lot of options here, and we'll go through them one by one as we get to them. But the Quiz tab is the main tab, and this is where you will be creating and managing all your questions. So you can add, edit, and delete all your questions from this tab itself. So let's go ahead and add a question. Now there's a couple of ways to do that. You can right click in this area, which I prefer, and you can see this pop-up menu, and you can add, edit, insert, and delete questions, or you can use these buttons at the bottom here. So let's go ahead and add a question. We'll click on add, and in this dialog you can see that for each question we have the question text here, we have the number of choices here, and then we have all these extra options, which if you remember from the anatomy of a question, all those pages for the correct answer, the incorrect answer, etc., they had text and links on them. So you can control the wording using this area here, and we'll get into that a little bit later on. So let's go ahead and add a question first of all. So I've already prepared a couple of questions, so I'm just going to copy this and paste it here, and then I'm going to copy the choices. Now for the choices, if you notice here, the correct answer is always prefixed with this double arrow, and it tells you here prefix correct answer with double arrow. Okay, so this will indicate the correct answer. Now you can have as many choices as you want, and you don't have to have the same number of choices across all the different questions. So in this question I have 4 choices. In another question I could have 10 choices. So it's very flexible. As long as you indicate the correct answer by putting these double arrows on the correct line, then that's all you need to do. Okay, so we have 4 choices here. Now over here we can select an image, And it's always a good idea to actually have an image because it does make your ebook a little bit more attractive, and customers tend to buy books where there's images. So once you've done that, you can click on add. Now watch what happens. When I click on add, watch over here. The question got added, but this dialog stays open, and that's by design because when you have a whole bunch of questions, you don't want to be you don't want to be doing, clicking on this add button every time you want to add a question. So you can bulk add many questions. So let's go ahead and add the second question. So I have the second question right here. Control copy, come back here, control paste, and then the choices, we'll copy those and we'll paste them here. All right. And you can see that there's an extra line here. Just make sure there's no extra line. So I'm just going to click on the backspace to basically remove that line. And once again, I will select an image because this is a basketball image. Now I've just taken some images from the internet, but please make sure that you use royalty-free images for your trivia ebooks. Okay, don't do what I'm doing here because this is just a demo. Now over here, you can, once again, you can select or enter a different text for the correct answer or the incorrect answer. Even the links, you can change that. But we're just going to leave it as it is. And on this one, I'm just going to provide a hint, right? So I'm just going to say it's something like it's not 14 feet or something like that, right? And then we can click on add. Click on close when you finished, and you can see a preview of the question here. And you can also preview, if you scroll down, you'll see the correct answer preview page, the incorrect answer preview page, and also the hint preview page. And if you remember, we went through the anatomy of a particular or of a typical question, and these are the pages that will be generated. Okay, so we have two questions here. Now you can save these questions in a project file by selecting file and then save. And then here you can give it a name like test or whatever. You can say test and you can click save. And now your questions are saved, and now you can bring them up later on. So for example, let's see if I start a new project and now I want to bring back the other project. I can click on file, open, select my test, and the file extension is always QIZ, right? So these are the file options. So I'll click on open, and then I have my questions here. All right, now let's go through the default settings. So you can see all this text here and the questions, and then you see the default text for the correct question page and the link. So if you want to change the default settings, then this tab will enable you to do that. So all the options are here. Default correct answer text, which is this text here, and then the link, and you can see the same thing for the incorrect text. So all these are default settings. So once you make these changes, any subsequent question that you create will take on these default settings. It's not going to affect the questions that you've already added over here. These will not be affected. But if you add a new question, then it will take on these defaults. Another thing that you can see here, well, let me just go back here. I'll scroll back up. The positioning of this image. So you can position it before the text, before the question. You can position it in between the question and the choices, or you can place it after the choice. And the preview window will basically reflect that. I usually prefer it at the top, so this is where I'm going to have it. And again, the bullet type. So you can have the small letters here. You can have capitalized letters, or you can have the numbers. It's all up to what you prefer. And the third option is this. You can either have a parenthesis or you can have a colon like this. I wonder if you can see this actually. Let me make it a little bit bigger so you can see this. You can go to zoom and let's just say 80%. Okay, and you can see here that we have this colon, and then you can also have a period. So you can pick and basically customize the look and feel of the question itself using these options here. The other option which is interesting is this prefix to each question. So I'm saying prefix the question with the letter Q, and then there is the number will be automatically added to this. And you can postfix it with any character you like. I've just put a colon, but you could put something like that, and you can click update and you can see that it's added this. Right? So you can do that, and here it shows you the prefix. It shows you a little preview of what you're actually going to add into the actual question. Right? All right. And you can even put this on a new line. So if you click on this option and you say update preview, then it goes onto the new line. All right. And the formatting of the style. So this is really interesting. Now you can basically format, or you can set the style for all these different elements. And you can see here that we have our template. And UEC comes with a standard quiz template, but you can also create your own template, or you can customize this quiz template. Now I'm not going to be covering customizing or adding a new template. I already have a video on my website, and there will be a link below in the description if you're interested to see that. But yeah, you can use this quiz style, or you can use any of the other ones which are provided for you within the Ultimate eBook Creator. And these are the default options. So if you select the quiz style, then automatically all these question styles and folder styles, all these styles will be automatically defaulted to this, but you don't need to go with the defaults. If you change your mind, you can choose any of these other styles. And if you don't see a style that you like, you can customize an existing style, or you can create your own style. Right? So these are the styles. I'm going to just leave the styles as they are, but you can customize, so you can see this. And you can click on update preview to see that. So for example, let me just show you this choice style, right? We have this choice style called quiz choices, but let's say I wanted to just select something like this question text with underline, right? If I do that, then you can see here that the choices become like this. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to quiz choices. I'll click update. And all these other things, like I said, you can customize the look and feel of this text as well as the text on the hint page. And these are all the options that you see here. Now this should say this should actually say category styles and category image. And let me show you what I mean by that, right? So if I go back to the quiz, and let me just open up an existing one so I can show you that. I'll click on open, and I already have a project here. So I'll open that, and I have like a whole bunch of questions. So what you can do is you can, in your ebook, you can categorize your questions into these categories, right? And each category, you can have an image on the category, the title, and then you can have some text like this. And you can move these categories or the questions up and down using these up and down arrows. So for example, if I can add a new category in here by clicking and saying insert category, and then I can just type in something like darts, I don't know, and some description here, and then you can select, you can place the image as well. So you can select an image. I'm just gonna select some image, and then click OK. And you can see here that we've added that. Now we can move this up and down like this. And if you wanted this question to become part of this, then you can move this down and then this question becomes part of this. Yeah, so you can do things like that. And these are the format styles for the image. So you can customize this category page using these category options here. Now let's go back to the quiz tab and let's just remove this category. So now we have this. Now so once you've got all your questions done, all you need to do is basically click on this generate quiz button. It's going to basically remove all the content from your actual ebook that you see here, and that's okay, right? So we'll click on OK and just wait. It takes a few seconds to generate. Okay, and once it's done, we'll click on close here, and I'm not going to save any changes. And here is your complete trivia ebook, and you can see here that we see the category page here, and then we see the question page, and you see all the links. Now if you click on the links here, it's not going to work because we're in edit mode. We need to actually render the book as an EPUB to see the questions in action, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So before I do that, we want to save this. Actually, what we want to do is provide the book information. So click on book information and let's just fill out quickly this information here. Okay, so I've just called it a 1001 Sports Trivia Questions by me. You don't have to worry about any of these options down here, and we'll provide a cover page. So we'll just pick this cover page. Okay, once you've done that, we'll click on export and then generate EPUB. Now for Kindle, choose generate EPUB as well. This option, this Mobi option, is not really relevant for Kindle anymore because they do they do accept EPUB books. So just generate it in EPUB. Even for Amazon KDP or any other platform, just generate the EPUB. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and generate the EPUB book. I'll just click on that. I'll say yes. Okay, and it's exported. And if you click on this open file location, it's going to tell you exactly where that book is, which is over here. All right. And yeah, and that's the ebook. Now we need to preview the ebook. So we'll open up the Kindle previewer. Now this is a free tool from Amazon, and I highly recommend that you use this tool because you can emulate all the different devices and the sizes as well. So let's go ahead and click on File Open. We'll be going to Trivia, and here is my Trivia ebook. I'll click on Open. All right, and here you go. So this is the ebook. Now I'm just going to make a couple of adjustments so we can see the book a little bit more clearly. I'll just increase the page size a little bit. And now we can click on the table of contents, which is over here. And here are all the questions. Now let's select question 1. And you can see that you have your image. Here's my question. And here is my choices. So I'll click on 18 inches, which is the incorrect answer. And then we can go to see hint, or we can go back to try again. So let's go try again. Goes back here. I'll select 19 inches. It's not correct. At this point, I may want to see the hint. So I'll click on hint, saying it's not 20 inches, and I can try again. And I can now click on 17 inches, which I know is the correct answer. And it tells you, well done, that's correct. And then we'll click on next question. So it goes to the next question. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, let me just go back to the to our project. You can see that all the questions are under content, right? And you can see this answer section here. So the wizard automatically created this answer section and all the relevant pages. So here we have our correct page, our incorrect page, and our hint page if we supply the hint. But if you click on answers, you'll see that this option here, it says show in table of contents, is unchecked. And what that means is that this chapter will not show up in your ebook. So if I go back to the Kindle previewer and I'll click on the table of contents, and you can see here, if I scroll to the next, you can see that you don't see anything after question 25, right? So if I go back to my project, you can see that this is the last chapter is called general questions, and then this is question 25 here, right? Question 25. Okay, so you don't see the answer after that, and you don't see that here, right? So it's hidden from the user, and that's what you want, because I'm sure the user doesn't want to, click on the answers and see all the answers. He can do if he just scrolled like this. There's nothing stopping him doing that, but most people, don't want to see the answers. So that's a really good option that the wizard automatically will set for you. All right, so that's how you create a trivia ebook using the Ultimate eBook Creator. Thanks for watching.